So you are taking your IELTS test and you have prepared with a teacher, you have recognized your weaknesses, you have practiced and practiced and practiced. And now you feel a little more confident about your test tomorrow. But what about when it gets to tomorrow morning and you're sitting in the center waiting to be called for your test? Here are 5 tips to help you during the IELTS test to stay calm, to stay positive, and to do the best that you can do. So number 1 seems pretty simple, and this is what everyone is going to tell you, your parents, your friends, your teachers, your colleagues. Stay calm. You are prepared. You've put the time in, you've put the effort in. You've been working on this for the last 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. You are prepared. You have all the knowledge. Just stay calm, do the best you can do, and don't let your nerves get the better of you. You can recognize that you get nervous, but try and remind yourself you have prepared for this. You've done all of the mock tests, all of the mock exams. You know what to expect in this test. Number 2 is when you are there, remember your weaknesses, remember the feedback you've had. By this point, you've probably had some lessons with a native speaker or someone who is trained in the IELTS test. Or maybe you've recorded yourself and watched it back. Remember your weaknesses, remember what lets you down, and make sure that you are focusing on that as much as you can throughout the test. Number 3, read back any written answer 1, 2, 3 times. You may have missed something really small like a full stop, a comma, a capital letter, or it might be something bigger like your sentence structure is not correct, or you've accidentally changed topic or tense halfway through a sentence. So read back what you have written. We make so many mistakes that we don't even realize, and sometimes it takes looking at something with a second eye, second opinion to notice that you've made really basic mistakes. Don't assume I'm really bad for this. I'll write something and think, yeah, it's my native language, it's fine. And then I'll read it back and be frustrated that I've forgotten things or written something incorrectly or spelled something incorrectly. So go back and check. We are so used to technology telling us when we've made a mistake, underlining things in red, highlighting things for us. So when you are writing it, make sure you're checking your own mistakes. Number 4, this goes for any test. Doesn't matter if it's IELTS or any test. Read the question twice. I can't tell you how many intelligent students I've had that have lost marks because they just haven't read the question properly. The question may say, change this to indirect speech, or change this to present continuous tense, and they haven't read it properly. They know the answer, but they haven't read it correctly. Or sometimes it will say circle 2 answers and they've only circled 1. So read the question more than once to make sure you understand it and make sure you are answering it correctly. When it comes to the speaking section of your IELTS exam, it might not be on the same day as the rest of your IELTS exam. It might be depending on where you're located. Take a deep breath before answering any question. Stay calm and then start your answer. Don't feel like you need to rush to answer immediately. The interviewer will wait for your answer. They can ask, you take a deep breath, remind yourself that you can do this, you've done it before, and then go into your answer. I've also seen students try and get as much information as they can into the speaking section, so they rush through their answer as quickly as possible, and then they make pronunciation mistakes, tense mistakes. Stay calm. Speak as though you're speaking to a friend or a colleague or your parents. Speak at that same speed. You don't need to rush through to get as much information out as possible. The interviewers are looking for your mistakes rather than where you're doing well. So just calm, breathe, and try and make as few mistakes as possible. If you realize your answer is starting to go off topic and you're not sure what to do about that and you start to feel a bit panicked, don't worry, take a deep breath and use one of these phrases to help you get back onto the topic. But in order to answer the question, I would say, but back to the question, getting back to the question, but in terms of, and then enter the topic. So, but in terms of the sports that I like, or but in terms of traveling to other countries. My final tip for you today is be proud of yourself. You have made it this far with hard work and determination, and you can only do your best. If it doesn't go to plan, it's okay. You can try again next time. If it doesn't go to plan, you'll also get feedback. So think of that. If it doesn't go well, they'll give me feedback on what I need to improve next time, and next time I will be better. It's okay to do the test again. It's okay to not do as well as you wanted. Just remember that life is about experience, and at the end of the day, have fun with this experience rather than stressing yourself out about passing and doing the right thing and doing it 100%. Everything you do teaches you something. You might learn how to answer a question properly for the next time. However, I'm hoping that if you use some of the tips I've given you today, you won't have to do it next time. You'll pass it first time round, I'm sure. If you are watching this video, I believe you will do great because you're already putting in the hard work and extra time to really prepare yourself for the IELTS test. Go and pass your test, like this video, and I will see you next time. Good luck.